I read the article that you're referring to about this proposed amendment, and I certainly support it. I think it's better than simply killing cats that people are abandoning. Again, it's not their fault that they're in the neighborhood. And if you can spay and neuter them to keep them from reproducing more cats, I don't see what else the solution is.
I don't think that in the city of Minneapolis, the citizens of Minneapolis would be willing to have their property taxes go up to the extent that Minneapolis Animal Care and Control would have to trap every cat that they find roaming around the neighborhood, bring it in, keep it for however many days. They have to keep it legally to see if someone claims it and then euthanize it. First of all, the cost of that would be exorbitant. And second of all, I just don't think that's anything that the citizens of Minneapolis would want to see Minneapolis Animal Care and Control do.
When the feral cat comes in, it's usually in a trap, and sometimes we get them in the plastic kennels, but they're not used to being handled. They don't like being handled. They're not used to being indoors, so we try to keep a quiet environment for them. We try to cover them up so that they're calm, feel safe. We try to do minimal handling with them so that when the technician injects them with the anesthesia to put them under sedation, they don't see a lot of us. It's a quick poke, we cover them back up, we let them go to sleep. After surgery, they wake up a lot faster, their metabolism's a lot faster. So we're very aware of that to get them off the surgery table and back into a nice, quiet, covered kennel, make sure that they're recovering safely.
Opponents of TNR are concerned about feral cats passing diseases to people, and one of those is rabies. When a feral cat is presented for sterilization, it's automatically vaccinated against rabies, so that immediately eliminates the feral cat as a reservoir for spreading rabies to people. Some other diseases that are mentioned are toxoplasmosis. Toxoplasmosis is a disease that people usually contract from eating undercooked meat or handling contaminated or raw meat and not washing hands afterwards. It's also estimated that a third of the U.S. population has already been exposed to toxoplasmosis, so the feral cat is not likely to spread it to a person. Typhus and cat scratch fever are diseases that come up. These diseases are spread by fleas. They're rare diseases, and a lot of circumstances have to happen before a person can get infected with those diseases. And I personally would be more afraid of the tiny deer tick causing disease than the feral cat. The feral cats are presented to us in a variety of conditions. The tomcats are usually jowly with multiple scars, broken teeth, abscesses, wounds, numerous parasites, sometimes broken bones. Females are often presented pregnant or lactating, which means they've got a litter somewhere that they're nursing. I would say the majority of the female cats that we get are pregnant or lactating. Trapping and killing feral cats has been a method that's been used over the decades with little to no success, and it's also currently a method being used. Minneapolis Animal Care and Control has spent around $200,000 the past 5 years trapping and killing cats, as other communities have. If that's an effective method, then why are we doing it year after year after year when scientific studies have shown that trap, neuter, return steadily decreases the feral cat population? Trapping and killing doesn't work in the long run because those feral cats are in an area because there's a food source and there's shelter. If we trap and kill and remove those cats, more cats are going to move in because it's a hospitable area. That's called the vacuum effect. It doesn't work because as soon as you remove the cats from the area, more cats are going to move in, and these cats are going to reproduce, versus having a stable colony that's sterilized and vaccinated against rabies. That colony maintains the territory and decreases in numbers over time. Number one, because they're not reproducing, and number two, because they're dying of natural causes. Other communities and cities in the United States have successful TNR programs with documented reductions in numbers of cats that are entering shelters, getting killed, and the number of feral cats getting killed in pounds. One doesn't have to be a cat lover to want a humane way to manage these feral cat populations. A study was conducted a few years ago that showed that 75% of people polled do not want the cats trapped and killed. While they're nuisances, they'd like to be able to manage the nuisance cats in a humane and effective way. And it's been shown time and time again that trap and kill doesn't work.